I'm Psychic Emma, and I thought I would just let you know that I have some free information on my website. So it's under the free tips section of my website, happylight.co.za. It's to do with the golden being, the being that I channel when I'm giving my readings to my clients. And it's actually very interesting. It was going to be a 4-hour workshop, and then I decided, nah, let me give it for free. So it's on my website, happylight.co.za, under free tips. It's actually a 4-hour workshop, so it's a lot of reading to do, but please go have a look. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's all to do with abundance, manifestation, creating a life worth living. Because what's the point of being here if we're not enjoying ourselves? There are step-by-step instructions. It is a lot, but it's so worth it. I see the results every single time I do it myself. It took me years to channel it because the higher guidance that was coming through had to make me grow and develop as a human being so that I could then give the information to you in a way that was most effective. We all have very unique individual belief systems. So I call it the golden being because that's my higher power. But who is your higher power? How do you resonate? Do you resonate through energy, through a name, through seeing an image, or imagining a personified figure like a person? How do you see your higher power? Because your individual belief system adds power. Because I've seen people trying to work with higher energies using other people's words and other people's belief systems that they don't fully resonate with. Because even if you're in the same belief system as other people, it doesn't mean you resonate in the same way. So step 1 of the workshop is all about just trying to figure out who you are as a unique individual and how you resonate with your higher power. Because when you're fully resonating inside yourself, that's when you get the most power from your higher power. Hi, I'm Psychic Emma, and one of the steps on the free tips part of my website, happylight.co.za, is setting an intention. Now, setting an intention is quite a thing to do before you say an affirmation, because if we say affirmations with weird ideas in our head, it's not going to work. Also, if we say affirmations that are not true, our subconscious mind knows that very, very much. And there's a lot of affirmations that are out there at the moment going, so you're feeling down, and then the affirmation says you must do the I am phrase. So then they say, I am happy. And I have so many clients that come up to me and say, why isn't it working? I'm saying, I am happy 50 times a day. And I'm like, well, it's because you're lying. You're not happy. You're depressed. We need to acknowledge your depression and create an intention before a realistic, true affirmation that will help you. So instead of wanting happiness, which is an extreme emotion, by the way, happiness is not sustainable. It's very high. And when we're comparing ourselves to a very high emotion all the time, all we're going to feel is a sense of lack. Oh, I don't know about you, but I don't want to have a fantasy in my head about these extreme emotions, because then I'm just going to feel down all the time. And I do have clients who come up to me and saying, why am I never happy? And they're so down in the dumps about it. And so I suggest, well, what if you were feeling content and satisfied? What if you were aiming for just a little bit of an easier workload instead of perfection, you know? So that's what the intention is about before the affirmation. It's just creating the right energy with which you say the affirmation. So yes, hopefully that helps you to understand a bit better. But yes, go to my website, happylight.co.za, free tips, and then you will see the long write-up over there. My workshop material for free is a gift for you. It's just for the actual affirmation part of it. And this is very powerful, and for some people it doesn't make sense, and that's okay. But basically, all we're doing is making space for whatever might exist out there. We don't actually know. We'd love to think we know what's going on. It helps us to make us feel safer. But do we actually really know what's going on? This is a massive galaxy, a massive universe. There's stars, the sun, the moon. It's this reality. There's so much going on. So how about we just say an affirmation that makes us available for whatever might be, for whatever might like to help us for our highest good, and for whatever would like to bring us ease. Make it a little bit easier. Make it a little bit nicer. On whatever side of time or whatever side on any reality that's holding us back, What if our higher power went back in time and was just like, let's just do a little something about that, just make it a bit less so we can be less triggered moving forwards, less hang-ups, make it easier. So that's what the affirmation is about. Do not change the words. It's very tempting. Do not do it though. I'll tell you why in the next video. Hi, I'm Psychic Emma, and I'm discussing why we do not change the words of the affirmation on the free tips part of my website, which is happylight.co.za. So there's a whole workshop over there that I put on for free. And the reason why you can't change the words of affirmation, here's a very good example of a client that I had. I shared this information with her. She enthusiastically went upon her way and got involved with a traditional healer who got her very excited about her own calling, her own psychic path. Yes, she's psychic. Most of us are. And yes, she was gifted. She is gifted. But this traditional healer got her a bit overexcited. And she started changing the words. And the reason why she came to me is because weird things were happening to her. Really weird things. And she was saying, why isn't it working? So I know what it looks like in someone's energy field if they've been saying it properly with the right energy and the right intention. So I'm looking around her energy field and I'm like, well, I do see the golden sparkles, but why are there spikes and gaps and holes and tears? What have you been doing? And then she told me about this traditional healer and I was like, oh, okay, you changed the words, didn't you? And she was like, oh, yes. I'm like, It's just made you susceptible to lots of psychic attack. Don't change the words. So yes. Don't change the words. It keeps you safe. It helps you manifest. It has so many functions, so many ways that it's super powerful. Don't change the words. It keeps you safe. And especially if you're wanting to explore your psychic path, this is something that will keep you safe during your dream time, during your daytime, before meditation, whatever it might be that you're wanting to do. Set the right intention. Say the affirmation without changing the words. And in the previous video, I speak about setting an intention that's realistic. I will tell you a story about another client I had who was also under psychic attack, and she wanted to know what she should do differently. And so I scanned her energy field, and I was like, your intentions and affirmations are very out there and expanded, but there's absolutely nothing grounding you to this plane which would keep you safe. So I explained the concept of setting the healthy intention, creating a protection bubble through this affirmation, and then expanding once you're settled inside yourself through this process. And we had another reading a few days later. So I said, give it some thought. What is your intention? What does feeling safe look like for you? What are real words for that? Do you want to feel content? Do you want to feel satisfied? Do you want to feel very seated inside yourself? Do you want to feel like you're here in this reality? And then you explore. She came back saying, I am Princess so-and-so of the castle, this and that. And I was like, okay, so you're acknowledging your spiritual journey. What about this helps you to be safe in this reality? No, but I was on this throne. Okay, and that is that reality that you are remembering from your past lives. But what keeps you safe in this reality? What holds you in this reality? What grounds you? What makes you firmly seated inside yourself? What do you have any objects that you would hold that reminds you I belong here? And then you travel. Just like, oh no, I'm the princess so-and-so. So she was having a lot of problems with her travels, her psychic travels, a lot of problems, because no matter how many times I explained the concept of being safe, she didn't understand it. And she was one of the inspirations behind how this long workshop came about, because like I say, we have these ideas and they're very grand, and we just got to bring them back down. We got to bring the intentions back down, keep it very calm, very simple, very easy. If you're having problems at work, you would say something like, I would enjoy a work environment where I feel content and satisfied. If there's a lot of conflict in a certain situation, you can just say, even though this conflict is stressing me out so much, I look forward to finding a way around it. So these affirmations are all very neutral and very simple. It's all very like, it's deflating from the experience. I'm very stressed out about . I look forward to feeling a bit like easier about the situation. Like, I know it's difficult, but I look forward to feeling the energy of the situation flowing a bit. That's an intention. It's realistic, it's easy, it's obtainable, because we do look forward to it. It is the truth. Because if you were going to say, I look forward to this being magically over, your subconscious is like, it's not magically over, and I don't believe it can be magically over. You're lying. Just like someone else saying, I am happy when they're not. Your subconscious knows when you're lying. You've got to tell the truth. Even though I feel depressed, I look forward to feeling a bit better. So that's how we keep our intentions realistic. So when we say an affirmation, we say it with the most truth and the most power.